the rain and the high winds, of course, that increases the chances of a power outage. We're joined now by Peter Rosig with Hawaiian Electric, who wants to talk about how the crew is ready. But I do want to ask you quickly, there's a small power outage in Haiku on Maui.
Right.
How big is it, and crews are working on it now?
Crews are working on it now. We had a problem overnight in Haiku, about 500 customers. This is what we call a pocket outage, just a small number of customers. If you're one of those customers, it's not a small outage. It's a big outage. But from our point of view, it's a relatively small number of customers, a dozen or so, I think, and we're getting to restore that as quickly as possible. We're fortunate that given the circumstances, we can still roll crews without worrying about the danger from conditions. So we're encouraging people always to let us know about outages, and we'll get to you as soon as we can.
And you mentioned roll crews without the dangers, because last time, 2 weeks ago with Elaine, Maui crews had to actually be pulled back for a short time because it was just too dangerous to work on some outages. We
pulled back 1 or 2 crews in that circumstance, but, you know, so safety for our own crews and for the public are our main concerns. So we're never going to put people knowingly put people in jeopardy because we need them to be well and in good shape to restore people. But looks like we'll be able to continue rolling crews through this storm, even if we have winds and rains. But if we will continue to roll crews on all the islands we serve until things are dangerous.
Now, 2 weeks ago with Lane, there are a number of outages across Maui, as well as some small outages here and there on Oahu. Haven't seen that yet, knock on wood, although the storm is just starting to come our way. How is HECO ready? Well,
we've gotten a lot of practice, I must say, with the recent storm. So we've put crews in place, ready to roll. We actually sent some people to Molokai from Hawaiian Electric to be ready there. The Maui crews have been, beefed up and ready to go. When we enter into one of these incidents, we have, we go to 12-hour shifts. The people who are regular emergency people are ready. We pull in a lot of people, accountants and research people, to do work to back this thing up. So it's 100% focused for the company while these storms are a danger.
Now, Peter, you just mentioned that you sent crews over to Molokai in preparation and to be on standby. Is that something that's out of the norm?
Well, every storm is a little different, and we saw this was heading toward Maui County. Places like Molokai, when things get bad, it's very hard to get more people there. So we do have people from Hawaiian Electric, from Oahu, who have gone to the Big Island and to Maui in preparation for this one. They tend, unfortunately, to take the brunt of many of these storms, in a way protecting Maui and Big Island, protect Oahu, and it's all, we're one big company in a way. So we want to make sure that we have people where they can do the most good. And you talk about crews who are ready, who are in place in case anything does happen. Can you talk about what you've done in preparation in terms of equipment and maybe reinforcing those utility poles? Well, over the last 6 or 7 years, the 3 companies have spent $1.5 billion, I got to get that right, $1.5 billion hardening our system, doing poles, doing wires, doing substation work, and we're in a continuous assessment of what might break and try to replace it before it breaks. So as we've gotten into these years of heavy weather, we've really taken that to a new level. We talk about resilience now, where we used to just talk about reliability. And resilience means being able to withstand these incidents and then recover from them quickly. And that's one of our 3 R's now, along with reliability and renewables. Resilience is a big emphasis for us. So we're going to continue to spend the money we think we can to beef up our system, but we put a lot into it already. All right, thank you so much, Peter Rosig with Hawaiian Electric, for joining us again on Wake Up Today.